Hey everybody, this is the Copyright Truth Affidavit training. I am doing a bunch of training videos now to go through these documents and show how things that you can change, why things are there, to give you an understanding of what's going on. Now, most of the training videos are going to be uploaded to the subscription channel. Okay, this one here I'm going to upload to the regular channel and the subscription channel because I don't particularly like doing this. Okay, I do the copyright, but I stick strictly in common law. This is the best one that I've seen, the copyright affidavit, copyright truth affidavit, the best one that I've seen, and it's the most recent one that I've done, except that I do it strictly common law. And as we go through this thing, you'll see there's commerce written all over this thing. And but it'll be available in the files directory of the Yahoo group for anybody that wants to do it. I don't do this because it's clearly commercial all over the place. Anyways, if you look at the top, there's a big open space there. That's for recording. And then it says copyright truth and the nature of supplemental rules for administrative and maritime claims rules, C6. If you look in Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, you'll see C6. It talks about maritime claim rules. It's all admiralty, okay? And it's contracts, and it's commercial. It's big-time commercial. And it starts off in the matters for commerce. All commerce operated in truth. Demand for truth is made by all parties for full disclosure. Okay, so it's got commerce written all over it. Now, there's a lot of the stuff in here that I like. As a matter of fact, you could take out all the commerce stuff and use it. But I wanted to leave it in there for the purposes of this video to show people, what's there. And, I mean, you can take it out. You can remove it. I'm not sure that I would. You could probably still use Maritime Claims Rules C6. But anyways, but it's talking about the Queen of England. It says is the real party of interest for the Commonwealth, for Britain, the British Crown, the Queen of England, the Holy See. Is the United States flying the Queen's banner flag? I mean, that's all in the preamble here. Anyways, verified declaration in the nature of affidavit for truth and commerce, contract by tort by waiver for tort presented by I, me, Meyer, myself, addressee, John Henry, House of Smith, living soul, 1-4, matter of fact, I think I'll just add in man. 1-4, we the people, an original common law jurisdiction by Arizona and United States of America contracts, the constitutions. Okay, and so and then it goes on. So this is an affidavit. That's what this SS stands for: subscribed and sworn. And actually, we could probably put another S, sealed. Anyways, for whom it may concern in the matter of John Henry Smith, John H. Smith in upper and lower case, and all derivatives thereof and other issues described below. I, me, myself, John Henry Smith. Matter of fact, I didn't change that. I forgot to. I want to use lowercase. House of Smith. Oops. Here and after the title owner, they undersigned one of the we the people, born on the land of one of the several counties within one of the several states, united for America. And then it goes into creditors, which is Uniform Commercial Code. Secured party, that's all Uniform Commercial Code. Although it doesn't say anything in here about Uniform Commercial Code, it's got commerce written all over it. And I would take, if I was going to use it, I'd remove all of the commerce, basically. Make it common law, okay? Because there is such a thing as a common law copyright. Anyways, plain statement of facts. A matter must be addressed for being resolved. In commerce, truth is sovereign. Truth is expressed in the form of an affidavit. An affidavit not rebutted stands as truth in commerce. An affidavit not rebutted after 30 days becomes the judgment in commerce. A truth affidavit under commercial law can only be satisfied by truth affidavit rebuttal, by payment, by agreement in resolution, or by common law rules by a jury. And notice the footer. Okay, so it says copyright notice 09. Again, that's a date. Okay, 09/10/05. That's just a 6-digit code for a date. So I would change that to, you could change it to whatever. It's April the 10th right now, I think. So it'll be 04/10/17. Right? And I really like these footers, these because it says all matter text is copyright by the title holder. That means that I own the text, okay? And it's represented by the terms of the title holder, okay? So I own it. Anybody wants to reproduce it, they got to get from my permission, okay? Not that I have a problem, but you certainly can't use it against me, okay? And so, and then with the copy claim, okay? And that's an important part of it. I put that in there. That's actually, I've collected this stuff over the years, and so I see something, I like it, I start using it. And these are all different ideas that I've collected over the years. Notice how this is an actual notice and demand that I did, but this is to show how to do the copy claim. Okay, where it says the copy claim, with the copy claim, you just put a line across that to the edge of the paper, and you write seal above it, and then you put your initials there, and that is your seal. Okay, and that is like powerful. And that's all common law. That's as old as time itself, okay? I mean, in the old days, they had an actual seal and they put it in wax, okay? Well, this is your seal. That's common law, and it's in red ink. That's what living souls do. Anyways, I, the title owner, am expressing truth by this verified declaration in nature of an affidavit, truth in commerce, and then whereas the public record, the highest evidence form, I am hereby timely creating public record by declaration with this verified declaration in nature of the truth affidavit in commerce and contract for a tort waiver presented by me. I need to change that to lowercase. Addressee, living soul, and then I'll add in man. The title owner, one for under we the people, under original common law jurisdiction of Arizona for the United States of America contracts, the constitutions. Okay? Anyways, so this gets into the meat. Actually, I need to renumber some of these paragraphs here too. So we'll do that while we're talking here. Anyways, so this is fact. The person known as John Henry Smith, John H. Smith, John A. Smith, and all derivatives thereof is a Satanic trust fiction, without form or substance, and any resemblance from any natural body living or dead is entirely intentional and commercial fraud by genocide acts for we the people for Arizona by the alleged government officials and agents for the commercial corporation and commercial courts for the disenfranchising purpose. We, the people, for Arizona, for our life, liberty, property, and happiness pursuit, among other rights, for their self-enrichment, using their Arizona rules of civil procedure outside the law authority and our courts by original jurisdiction. So it's basically, this is all in truth. And if you want to know about how to do truth, you got to talk to watch some of David Wynn Miller's videos, and he talks about that stuff. So this is all in truth. So it sounds a little bit different, but when you start thinking about it, it's right on the money. Okay. Fact 2. I have placed a copyright on the Satanic trust fiction issued for me without my permission or consent by assent known as John Henry Smith, John H. Smith, J. Henry Smith, John H. Smith fiction, all derivatives thereof, and now my property is now my property, private property, and cannot be used without my prior express written consent, and then only under the terms set out in this contract. And I have placed a copyright on the common law because I went and copyrighted all sorts of stuff. I mean, think about it. You can copyright anything. I mean, let's face it. They don't copyright it, and even if they did, it's yours. Okay, they have no right to copyright it. It's yours. And so I copyrighted my street address at the time, 1137 East Murphy Street, and I copyrighted the legal description of the property that I was on, that I owned at the time before the bankster thieves stole it, and so so you can copyright anything, really, if you think about it. It's just like with land patents. Technically, you can bring forward land patents anywhere because all titles are a fraud, and you can just take it from them if you understand the law and are willing to defend it. Anyways, and I divert a little bit, and so anyways, in this one, I copyrighted the street address of my abode, and I also copyrighted the legal description of my abode. I was going through a foreclosure, so I was just doing everything I could to keep them from stealing my property, and it's never over. Guarantee you, it's never over. Matter of fact, we'll add in. Okay, so they cannot be used. 5, the Satanic Trust fictions are my perfected securities and registered by contract with me and with the Secretary under the state of Arizona is my recorded copyright fiction by this declaration under original common law jurisdiction. I originally did a UCC 1 and all that stuff, and so it's recorded Secretary of State. And so common law jurisdiction for 100 years and is my private property, the secured party for my estate, protection, my life, my liberty. This truth affidavit of copyright is nunc pro tunc to the first day of September, date of birth, to the day you were given born. Hearsay, of course. But anyways, and so then using any of my Satanic Trust fictions or any of my copyrighted property, whether they're provided for here or elsewhere, on any document associated in any manner with my estate or me, the holder in due course, secured party, exempt from levy, without my express prior written consent, is strictly forbidden and chargeable against each user and issuer in the amount of some certain 1,000. Actually, that should be 10,000. $10,000 silver specie in lawful coinage of the United States of America as defined under Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1, per user and per issuer per copyright, including my past, present, and future use. Any past, present, and future use. And then, paragraph 7 says, my Satanic Trust fictions or any of my other copyrighted properties, whether they're provided for here or elsewhere, for the intended gains for themselves, the issuers and or users, or for others, for any of my rights, my private property, or any part of my estate, without full disclosure in my written prior consent, is strictly forbidden and chargeable per use for each user and issuer in the amount some certain of for $1 million silver specie in lawful coinage for the United States of America as defined by Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1 of We the People's Contract Constitution for the United States of America per issuer, per user, and per issuer per copyright, including any past, present, and future use. Now, this is the difference between this paragraph is for intended gains. Okay? This paragraph 6 doesn't say for intended gains. Okay? And this next one does. Maybe I'll just underline that, in fact. For the intended gains, in other words, for commercial purposes. So the first one is any use at all. I don't care what you use it for. It's whether it's deliberate or whether any use at all. It could just be a random use. Okay, I get a bill, or I send them a bill. Okay, any kind of use. And then the second one is for intended gains for themselves. And then the third one, this is 7, 8. 8's going to be intended gains too. But this is more for intended gains and more than 3 times within a year. Okay, for using my Satanic Trust / fictions for any of my other copyrighted properties, whether they're provided for here or elsewhere, more than 3 times within a year for the intended gains for themselves, the issuer is or users, or for others, or any of my rights, my private property, or my part about my state without full disclosure and my prior express written consent is strictly forbidden and chargeable per each user and issuer in the amount some certain of $10 million silver specie in lawful coinage for the United States of America as defined under Article 1, Section 10, We the People's Contract, Constitution for the United States of America, per user and per issuer, per copyright, including any past, present, and future use. Okay, so this, I'm telling you, the bills on one piece of paper, you can easily get up into hundreds of millions of dollars. And then paragraph 9. Using my Satanic Trust fiction on any document associated in any manner with my state or me, the holder in due course, secured party exempt from levy without my written prior consent, all the evidence required for enforcing this agreement contract and evidence that any and all users and issuers are in full agreement and have accepted this agreement contract under the condition and terms so stated and set forth herein and is due and payable under the terms and conditions set forth herein by employer's officers, directors, parent companies, and their officers and directors will be held liable for the debt jointly, severally, personally, and individually. In other words, what you're saying is you're saying that, some clerk does it. Well, their boss, I can go after their boss. I can go after their boss's boss. I can go after the board of directors. I can go after the CEO. I can go after the parent company and their board of directors and CEO. And I can go after any other parent companies, and all jointly, severally, personally. And yeah, that's what that's all about. And it says, I, me, myself, the title owner, I'm not an expert in the law. However, I do know right from wrong. And if there is any human being that is being unjustly damaged by any statements herein, if he or she will inform me by facts, I will sincerely make every effort to amend my ways. I really like that paragraph, I got to tell you. Anyways, I, me, myself, the title owner, hereby and herein reserve the right for amending and making amendment for this document as necessary in order that the truth may be ascertained and proceeding justly determined. And if any living soul has information that will controvert and overcome this declaration, since this is a commercial matter, please advise in writing by declaration affidavit form within 10 days from recording the hereof, providing me with your counter declaration / affidavit proving with peculiarity that by stating all requisite actual evidentiary fact and all requisite actual law, and not merely the ultimate facts and law conclusions, that this affidavit by declaration is substantially and materially false, sufficiently for changing materially my or the fiction status and factual declaration. Your silence stands as consent and tacit approval for the factual declarations here being established as fact as a law matter, and this affidavit by declaration will stand as final judgment in this matter, and for the sum certain stated herein will be full force and effect against all party due and payable and enforceable by law. The criminal penalties for commercial fraud are determined by jury and by law. The monetary value is set by me for a violation against my rights, for breaching the law, the contract, the constitutions, and some certain amount as stated herein for dollar specie, silver coin, lawful money for the United States of America as defined by Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1 under the Constitution by we the people for the United States, and will be due and payable on the 11th day of any day thereafter, as use occurs after filing by me in the public records for Pinal County, Arizona, under this declaration. Undersigned, I, me, myself, the title owner, holder in due course, for original, do herewith declare and state that I, the secured party, issue this with a sincere intent and truth, and I, me, the undersigned secured party, am competent for stating the matter set forth herein, and that the contents are true, correct, complete, certain, admissible as evidence, reasonable, not misleading, and by my best knowledge, by me, undersigned addressee. Under the laws of the United States of America, this notice is made under penalty of perjury pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1746-1 without the United States. Notice to principal is notice to the agent. Notice to the agent is notice for the principal. Notice for the county clerk for the county Pinal, Arizona, and record court for original jurisdiction is notice to all. I sign this document on this date, nunc pro tunc, to the date, which is the date of birth of the hearsay date of birth, on the first day of September 1960, the day of creation of the first of the fictions. Addressee, signature, account, and due holder, the title holder, and then see, and this is one of the things that you really can't do on an affidavit. I left it here because I wanted to show it to you. I was doing this, and I had a judge actually send me a document saying that my ratings were unintelligible. It was in a lawsuit that I did because I was doing this, okay, without recourse, all rights reserved. You can't do that on an affidavit, okay? If you reserve your rights, then it's not an affidavit. Anyways, so you could do without recourse, but all rights reserved, you can't do that. But anyways, I'm going to take that out. Matter of fact, I will change it to what I currently put is with full responsibility for my actions. That's what I would put now. Non-domestic, care of this address, Casa Grande, Arizona, addressee, title owner. I don't really like this, and I wouldn't do it anymore, quite frankly. I just put it in the notice and demand. That's all that you really need to do. Just tell them. And once you told them, then they're told. And so then this is the notary statement here. Now, it's interesting, this notice, use of notary on this document does not constitute any adhesion, nor does it alter my status in any matter. The purpose for notary is verification and identification only, and not for entrance into any foreign jurisdiction. A benefit for the pagans and heathens, so they whom I pray may become knowledgeable in the truth for the law by our Holy Father in heaven, and repent, so they will no longer be alienated from their God, Yahweh. And I like that, quite frankly. I put it in some of my documents. It depends on what I'm doing, okay? But I definitely use that sometimes. Anyways, and then what I need to do is I want to show you the footer, and I'm going to have to drag this thing up there. There we go. Whoops. There we go. And this is the power of that footer, okay? Because when the notary signs that document, technically, they're the last signature on the page. And so they technically own it, okay? The state does. But when you put this with the copy claim on there, now your initials, your seal, now you own it again. This is powerful. I'm telling you, this is really powerful. That's my document. I copy claim that. That is the text is mine. That notary is just on there to perform a service, and that's fine. But it's my document. And and it's sealed at the bottom. The original is all sealed at the bottom like that. Now, one thing I wanted to show you here too while we're at it is review. And under review, this is Microsoft Word. Under review, you can, and we used to do this all the time doing aerospace engineering consulting. And you turn on track changes right there, okay? And then you can go and make a change and put in comments. Actually, you can insert comments over here using the new comment and insert a comment, or you can make changes and say, well, I don't like that. Matter of fact, we'll even insert a comment. And we'll say, I don't like that. Anyways, if anybody has an opportunity where they want me to help them with, let's see, how do I get that back over there? Okay, no, I can't. Anyways, so now what happens if I'm working with anybody on a document, this is what we're going to be using, okay, is you will prepare your document. And if I agree to review the document, then you email it to me as you prepared it, and I will turn on track changes, and then I will make comments, and I will make proposed changes. And then what you do is you come over there and you move your mouse over top of that change that I made, and see it comes up there, it says as deleted principal, and you do a right click on that, and there's the menu. It comes up, and you can accept it or reject it, okay? And I'll reject it because I want principal there. And you can do that with any of these changes. You can accept them or reject them. And then the comments are easy. You can just do a right click on that and delete the comment. And now it's back the way it was, okay? So if I agree to review any documents, then that's how we will do it. And I will make changes, and then I'll email it back to you, and you'll look it over, and you'll accept or reject the changes. And when you see the comments, you can take it to heart, or you can delete it. I don't really care what you do with them. I just want you to be aware of certain things, and so I put in comments. Anyways, so that's about it. I'm going to save this since I did make some changes. And what I want is I don't do these anymore. Okay, I just put it in the notice and demand. There's a paragraph that I put it in, and I think that's just fine. It's a common law copyright. That's all that matters. And so it's not commerce. It's common law. And you have the right to copyright your property. And so thanks for watching, and have a great day. This will be in the files directory on the Yahoo group if you want to use it. And, knock yourself out. Have a great day.